you love Alan's idea of glamour. Nescafe.
Remember Nescora? Yeah, it was a sort of.
Was he a footballer?
Nescora was a coffee, obviously, and I think the advert, the music was here. We all drink Nescore. But
Did you grow up in Iraq?
I did actually, yeah. But I'll tell you something, we had the mother of all coffee. But it had a special thing, and I can't remember what it was. If anyone remember what was the selling point for Nescora, please text us in.
I don't think we got that.
Maybe. Camp, did you get camp?
Oh, in our house, yeah.
No, but the camp coffee. Oh, that was the chicory essence.
We had Poorton and Mason.
Chicory essence could be someone who had been out with, say, Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So,
Boris.
what are we talking about? Oh, Mojo, yeah.
I tell you what is incredible about him, and which I find fascinating, is you don't actually meet that many English people who are that blonde.
Yeah.
That's
Very true.
what you meet is a great many English people who are pretending to be that blonde.
Yeah.
But he's the real deal. As far as I can tell, I can't believe he's dyed his hair. He's a properly blonde man, like a child would draw a blonde person with a yellow crayon. I mean, he's blonde.
Yeah.
Lovely.
No, normally a blonde who's interested in the classics would be my ideal companion.
Yeah.
I think he might be more complicated. I imagine he keep knocking me over for stuff. I've got enough for Blumenthal.
You're not a skittle.
No, exactly. But, I mean, I get back up, I get knocked down again.
And you certainly don't drink a vodka, you drink a whiskey.
No, I don't. I forgot that bit. Well, anyway, so that's another reason I find him inspiration.
Is it?
He's blonde.
I think you might be right about his competitiveness. I think actually he's seen that George Osborne did one of those speeches, you know, at the party conference, and everyone's saying, oh, George Osborne, he might be the next leader. And I think Bojo's thought, maybe I'm not going to be next leader. And he's also been reading the papers, that's part of his job. And he's thought, rugby, I'll try and become a England rugby player. They're at a low, I could get in the team. And so he's making a pitch for it. He's making an actual
goal.
Be.
I don't know anything about rugby, but there will be people, I bet, this week who have said unironically, yeah, well, if the England team had had that much aggression, we might still be in the... I bet you there's people who've said that.
Yeah. Was I just one of them? Am I doing that?
There will have been.
Did you say what I just did? I don't think you said that. I think you're sharper than that. That's what I think. I tell you what though, on the competitive front, I do find if I'm on the motorway and somebody starts, you know, behind starts trying to get past, they start tailgating. I had a bloke like doing the flashing lights thing. To be fair, I was only doing 110. That was a joke. If the police
was he on your back like
Blumenthal? The police used to be on the motorway all the time. Where are they now? Never see the police on the motorway.
I come up with a good phrase for us, Frank. I said, was he on your back like Blumenthal?
He was.
That's what I'm going to say now. Someone's driving behind me.
He was. But I always, when they overtake me, I always drive as fast as I possibly can to stop them from going past. Now, that's probably dangerous, isn't it? Yeah, I'm better. Sorry, I apologise. Yeah. Obviously, I'm talking about up to south and not beyond. But where have all the police cars gone off the motorway?
I see them. They've got those big.
No, what you see, you think all copper, and then it's like motorway maintenance or something, with like high-vis stripes down.
Oh, do they not count?
Yeah, or something like animal ambulance. And you look and there's two animals driving it. Yeah. You realise they're running in the service of their own.
A dog at a steering wheel, hello.
Oh, I'd love to see that, yeah. Security dog. Well, like,
they're not the handbrake.
But if anyone knows where the police are going to come over, I miss those little 70-mile-an-hour processions when you used to...
Love those.
The way you have to go like 72, 73 to just get in front of the car in front, and It's
It is.
just trying to say into
Why
the
do you
ether.
have to say it just because they're listening? You could wish people well.
Oh, that'll be like those radio hams who just send messages into the night.
Doesn't say all righty.
Anyway.
You see, you were saying, Frank, about you do have a competitive streak.
I don't think
You
of
do.
myself as much of a...
Do you want to see the producer's face?
Okay.
You're one of the most competitive people I've ever met. Can you tell me?
What?
You are. You and David Baddiel had an argument once. I feel we can be honest about this. What was it about?
We had an argument about Trivial Pursuit.
There you go. Because it was a cheese.
No, because...
Pie or whatever. You said it wasn't.
No, but the thing was that it was which film cost so million, blah, blah, blah. The answer was Cleopatra. And he said Anthony and Cleopatra. And I said, no, it was called Cleopatra. And he said it's Anthony. I said, look, it's a pie question, so we have to be precise. He ended up storming out, and then remembered
I'm
it
Team
was...
Baddiel on this side.
Nobody stormed out, and then remembered mid-storm that it was his house. So he nearly... I think I probably could have claimed some sort of squatting rights if he'd actually gone.
How long were you not talking for a while then?
I think we might maybe a day or so. I mean, I have in those kinds of games, like the hat game. You know the hat game when you have to put the names in a hat. You write lots of celebrity names.
Oh yeah, and you stick them on your head. And then
No, that's a different one. The one where you have to communicate what's on the paper, but you can't say any of the names.
Yeah.
So if
a bit
it
like
said,
articulate.
if it said Elvis Presley, you'd have to say famous Memphis-born rock
Strung
star.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right, yeah.
And lived in Graceland. But you wouldn't be. If you said Elvis or Presley, you'd lost it.
Do you know what I do generally in that game? Came to dinner at mine on the 21st of September.
That's
Attended my 22nd birthday party.
Well,
Yep, super hard, that's right.
I must have told you when I was
True story.
I was on my own one Christmas, and David Baddiel said, "I can't leave you on your own. Why don't you? We're having a Jewish Christmas party." I know, but we're having a Jewish. I didn't want to be picky. We're having a Jewish Christmas party, and you know, they're all very old friends of mine. And I'll phone up and ask if you can come. And I said, no, I don't want to intrude and all that. And he said, no. I said, I'd feel bad. He said, honestly, I'll phone it. And they said, yeah, no.
Nice.
And they said yes. And the food that they got, they expanded to make for another meal. So they all took a little bit less so that I could have a Christmas dinner with them, which is lovely. But then we played the hat game.
Oh, what happened?
And I was playing with this guy who I'd never met before in my life, but was an old friend. And I can't tell you all the details of this because there's some swearing involved. But I had on my bit of paper Gandhi, so I said very famous, perhaps the most famous Indian of all time, and he said Sitting Bull. I said no, I mean from the Asian subcontinent, and he's played by Ben Kingsley. He wore just like a simple white robe. He went on hunger strikes. He said Cochise. I said no, he wasn't a Native American. He's from the... And then, after I'd done a load, I mean everything that I could say about Gandhi, I went on and on. He was known as Bapu, even. I even said that. And then he said, Sitting Bull again. as a guest. And I said, you are a thick, and then a swear. And which, remember, I'd been invited into their home. At which point, and when I said it,
horrifying.
I said, you are a thick, and his girlfriend instantly burst into tears.
Merry Christmas!
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it was the most awful experience of my life, but you know, he didn't get it.
The Frank Skinner Show. Listen live every Saturday morning from 8 on Absolute Radio.
So this very week I played the hat game again with a group of people I know.
Playing games, don't you? Play a lot of games.
I like a game. I don't have any
Lazy
friends.
games. You
I
do.
get that. Anyway, it's fine. We sat around, there was probably about, I don't know, 8 or 9 of us, and Peter Rabbit came up 3 times
Really? I didn't know you were mates with him.
in the hat game.
Alright.
And then I noticed that the box, we hadn't got a hat, so we had to put the bits of paper in the box. The box had got a picture of Peter Rabbit on. I thought, well, this is like Kaiser Sose.
It
You just
definitely is.
just anything you see. That's very good. But there was a bit in that where Kath, when she took out, I think, the second or third Peter Rabbit, the idea is if you take out a name that's already done, you do it again anyway, because you might, it's always.
Well, I say I wasn't even there, and I feel stiff with stress on behalf of Kath.
But there was a bit which I did sort of where she said, "Oh, we've already had this one," and I said, "Just do it."
I can so imagine you
and
saying.
she looked at me and I went, "Sorry." So
See, I never get competitive.
At one point, the clue I had, this is the sort of people I was playing with, the clue I had to give was he wrote a seminal sociological text about suicide.
Wow.
It was Emil Durkheim.
Right. My guess was going to be Peter Rabbit.
Oh, well, it was the You're In With a Shout with Peter Rabbit.
I wish you stopped hanging out with the Lotto Loud. I would actually rather lose than cause people's displeasure. I get
Well,
so
it's a
stressed.
view.
I'm actually phobic about winning. I don't like it.
What?
I just don't like it. I hate it when people say, let's get Scrabble up. I go to the toilet, I do anything. I feign excuses. I don't like board games.
But you have told me that I was in a quiz team with Emily.
Oh, I know this.
And I said I used to go to bed at night and fantasise about getting the questions, the ones I got wrong, I used to fantasise about getting them right. I used to hear me saying them as if I knew them. And you said, oh yeah, I do that.
I did, but you know why? Because I was in a team. I don't like being the lone, that's the thing. I don't like being pitted against people. Okay, it's a bit about me.
Okay.
Except once during a game of Monopoly, when I decided to steal from the bank. But I was a timid thief because I stole the yellow pound note.
Oh,
So at that stage, you need hotels.
Empire, yeah.
Monopoly. It's not my culture.
George Michael.
The property ownership thing.
I just don't.
Why don't you like it?
I've always thought the sort of people that like it are the sort of people that tell you they like stuff that they don't really like, so that you'll think, oh, that's their sort of person.
I'm glad
Do
we
you know
cleared
what I
that
mean?
up.
Weird.
What does that mean?
Do you know
You know when you read, you know when you read a Q&A with a celebrity and it says
they say they like
favourite
Monopoly.
music, hip hop, and you think, no, it isn't.
Yeah.
You just think that's a cool thing to say.
Oh yeah.
Gordon Brown, like in the Arctic Monkeys.
I like the idea of Monopoly being cool.
I think Monopoly has got a certain kind of person who wears a jumper that says, I read books.
Oh, okay. A bit apprentice candidate.
I mean, I do read books, but I don't read.
You
Don't put it on a
genuinely do.
jumper, do you?
Don't put it on a jumper. What am I, some kind of buffoon?
I've been
Anyway.
getting competitive. Actually, I've been going in both directions recently on this because
Well,
I've been
that's, I
playing
don't know if it should be airing.
I've been playing my son at a game of Top Trumps where he's got these cards that are all like little gory cartoons, so that you can kind of win on smelliness and rarity, and they've all got different numbers, you know, like Top Trumps.
Yeah, but how can you, if they're not real people, how can you speculate on what they've got?
You just have to look at it and go, oh, smelliness 90. That's quite high.
What is
Yeah,
it?
so-
Celebrity smelling?
No, it's not celebrity. It's made up little grotesque
Oh, I thought it
cartoon
was who you
things.
thought might smell.
I have
Yeah,
to
come
say,
with the floor.
I have to say, I have been walloping. I've absolutely smashed him at it. Like
You don't
nights
do that.
in a
You
row.
don't do that letting him win thing.
No, didn't let him win woods. Just walloped him. He's 8 though, so he can take it. Whereas my daughter, we've been playing a game called Pick Up Pairs, where you put all the cards out.
Frank and David used to play that.
Yeah.
We play it slightly differently. You know, where you sort of look at a card and you go, oh, I've picked up a rabbit and an elephant, they don't match. I'll
Rabbit, see,
turn them
rabbit.
back
It's just gone
over.
for the first thing I've been
Rabbits
talking
are
about.
everywhere, eh?
Yeah.
And she is smashing me at it. She's 4 years old and it's like she's got some kind of memory trick going on. And I'm finding myself quite quickly getting a bit competitive, like, oh, I can't wait to beat her at this game.
I think the Absolute Radio sports department are going to feel you're treading on their toes with this material.
All right, fair enough. I'll just leave it there then. Just telling you.
No, it's at this stage, I'm letting my son win any game we play. I let him win.
Really?
Oh,
God, he
I
might
don't
be
know if that's
listening.
the right message.
He might
wanna
be
get
listening now and
Victorian.
going, what? No, I don't think that they have to learn about defeat early on in
Well,
life.
what we do is
Not with our money.
whoever wins wins.
Skinner, Dean and Cochrane. Together, the
Skinner on Absolute Radio. With Emily Dean and Alan Cochrane. You can text the show on 8 12 15. Follow the show on Twitter at Frank on the Radio, or email the show via the Absolute Radio website.
We've had a text in actually, and can I just proceed reading this out by saying that I think we all agree that you're a really clever guy, Frank. That said, we have had a text from David from Leatherhead who says Elvis wasn't born in Memphis, it was Tupelo. Actually, it says 'twas Tupelo.
It's absolutely right. I've actually stood in the birthplace in Tupelo, Mississippi, Memphis, Tennessee. Of all the mistakes to make, Elvis's birthplace.
Yeah.
Luckily,
It's not like
I'm
you.
wearing a chalise, one of those barbed wire garters.
Oh, yeah.
You're not, but you're wearing 6 blasters because of your blooming towel back.
That's true, and they're irritating.
Henry Tudor has tweeted us to say congrats on no
Really?
muffin top. Yeah,
No what?
congrats on no muffin top.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks
good.
for that, Henry.
Henry Tudor tweeted.
He loves a tweet.
Well, I never.
Did you know Henry Tudor? No, but thanks for the tip. So, what else?
Oh, I tell you what else. We need to talk about the world's most boring calendar. Because were you familiar with last year's fridges across the country calendar?
That rings a yes.
It's
Now,
all very well.
Now, was it a deliberately ironic character, or was it someone who believed in fridges?
Well, I don't know.
See, I like it better if people
Sure,
think it's good, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, his name's Kevin Beresford. He this year has tried his luck with the post boxes of Wales. But it's not attracting the same frenzy.
Isn't that a bit similar to the bells of Wales? Remember that idea I had for a show in which I go around Wales next to churches and listen to the bells and then discuss with a celebrity what they sound like.
Extraordinary that hasn't had a commission.
I'm still waiting. I don't think it's actually been written off.
So
It's all
post
change at the
box-
top.
Is it?
Anything could happen. Oh yeah.
Post boxes of Wales. Do you want to know how many he sold?
The calendar's okay. Go on, yeah.
No.
0.
Yeah.
It's
a shame.
October though, to be
Zilch,
fair. Would you buy a
nada.
calendar in October?
Just bought a diary this week.
You are.
For next year.
Yeah, but I'm guessing you just bought a 2015 because it was cheap and used it as a notebook.
Bought 2016. Ask me how much. Ask me how much.
How much?
79 pence.
How small is it?
About, yeah.
Is it a page, a day a page?
No, it's a week a page. It's for,
Oh, week of page. What have you got? A betting shop pen? How are you going to write in it?
I'm
my
really
bookings.
happy that people still buy that. I see those outside shops that don't normally sell stationery. You know, you get like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
And I
that's where
think,
it's
who
from.
buys those?
Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Alan Cochrane.
Yeah.
Great news.
Yeah.
So, this boring calendar, well, the post boxes of Wales,
Mm-hmm.
and he seems to think, Kevin Beresford said he hasn't sold, he says he's got a good reason, it's down to the rugby and the football. He says people are concentrating on them and not the post boxes.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty neat.
Does he think that it's somehow spite that people are resentful of Wales's success in the rugby,
I
and
must-
so the English nation is not buying
To
his
be-
calendar?
To
Is
be
that what
fair
it
to
is?
Kevin, my it's called The Adventures of My Soap calendar.
Oh,
has not been selling
No.
as well, anywhere near as well as I expected. So.
He has all sorts in there. He's got the double aperture and everything.
Has he?
Is that first class, second class? Yeah.
Lovely.
Good for him.
Yeah, you don't see many of those now.
Good for him.
It's
I like him.
Remember when I bought you a Cliff Richard calendar, Frank?
I do.
Yeah.
And what great shape he was in. It's only been about 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I like a calendar.
Well, I've often thought, as I may have said before with Cliff Richard, that wouldn't be much point in him having love handles.
Frank, my favourite ever calendar that I've had was the Hot Priests. You probably don't approve of that, do you?
They weren't real priests, were they?
Hottest Catholic priests in the Vatican City. Yeah, they did it, and they gave the money to charity, and the priests
okay.
wouldn't be named, which I think was respectable. Smoking though.
Who's smoking in it?
Smoking
Smoking
priest.
I
hot.
don't think they're allowed to smoke in the robes, are they? Is it like clowns?
They can do what they want, darling.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'll tell you later.
I like the sort of Andy Warhol day thing. You know what
I
I mean?
do,
The post
yeah.
box. You might walk past the post box a million times, and then one day, just because it's been pointed out, you think actually that is a lovely thing. I often think this about. Should I say this? I will. Bra straps. If I see a bra strap, you know, just not completely aligned with the strap on the top, I always think, oh, that's really what being a human being's all about. Why are you looking at me like that for?
I'm not. I'm just hoiking up my bra strap.
Okay.
He didn't say joke coming before it, so I'm assuming that this is just serious. This is
no,
fact.
I'm not. I think it's all right. It's nothing.
No, no,
it's not
fine,
seen.
it's
It's
not.
not copied. If I was talking about copied, it'd be a different matter.
Yeah, that'd be
But a strap, it's just something about, you know, vive la différence.
Frank
Skinner.
on Absolute Radio.
Absolute Radio.
Can I tell you my favourite thing about it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that this guy who's been in the papers 2 years in a row for having a boring calendar out is called Kevin. I like the fact that he's got a name that we traditionally would associate. No disrespect to any Kevins out there, but if you were writing a sitcom and you wanted a character that's going to be known for their boringness, been in the papers Kevin Beresford would be quite high up on your names. It's called Kevin. Options. I like the fact that he's got a name that we traditionally would associate. No disrespect to any Kevins out there, but if you were writing a sitcom, exactly, I like that a lot. Character that was going to be known for their boringness, and also I like Kevin Beresford would be quite high up on your names. What did he rule out? Wouldn't it on the way to the post boxes? Was it like mountains,
glamorous Josephine Edward.
lakes, exactly. Boxes. I think it's popular. It's a good thing. And also, I like the fact that he's gone to post boxes of Wales. I don't know.
I
What
prefer
did he
it.
rule out on the way to post boxes? Was it like mountains? Yes.
I won't like it if he's self-aware
Like, did he work his way to phone boxes?
He's been a bit arch.
How did he get to phone to post boxes?
A little bit arch. Do you remember the calendar song?
I prefer it though. I'm with Frank.
It's in the charts.
If it's a genuine passion.
It was like a steel
Yes.
bag.
I won't
and they
like
sang the
loving
song.
self-aware about it.
And it was
Top of the hit parade.
It went January, February, March, April, May, calendar July. Remember it?
Get all of that.
January, February, and the middle eight was August, September, October, November. That was all
Top of the hit parade.
it went January, February, March, April, May, June, July. On my wall. And then it went January, February.
I mean, I don't know if you remember, but
August, September, October, November.
this year,
That was all there was.
last Christmas.
Do it.
I hope the middle eight had 8 months in it. I really do.
I don't think it did, no.
My New Year's
I got
resolution
the
was to
lyrics to it,
celebrate
it's
my
on
own
my wall
boringness.
somewhere.
And I've really been going at that. I mean, I don't know if you remember, but when we actually came back to do this
my
show
actual
this
boring.
year, after
It's a
like
Yorkshire way. He says, "Oh, sounds like I'm."
I own explicitly said that this year my New Year's resolution was to celebrate
sorry
my
this week.
boringness.
I did a gig in Belfast
and I have
this
really
week.
been going at for a taxi driver.
Oh, God.
He told me a story
actually
about
went boring.
No, my actual boring.
It's a Yorkshire way. He says, "Oh, sounds like I'm."
And it's Billy Cohen. These guys, OWN. Yeah. I really am. I felt sorry this week. I did a gig in Belfast this week whether or not sorry for a taxi driver in the VW emissions scandal. And he's not going away from me with any of those stories.
He'll just lie about you like he lied about
I
Billy Connolly mentioned jet lag.
I even mentioned W emissions
That's what he does
scandal.
a lot.
This is how,
Lots of
and he's
material on
not
jet
going
lag.
away from
This
me
is
with
how
any of
forensic
those
and boring I
stories.
got.
I even said
He'll just lie about you like he lied about Billy
Do you think?
Did Billy Connolly mention jet
Well, I've got my
lag?
letter. I even mentioned like soda.
That's what he does a lot.
Like I say, I'm really celebrating forensic and boring
still on
I've got.
this
I even said, honestly, I now think that I'm so boring to taxi drivers that it's a slight safety hazard. I feel like I should have an extra seatbelt in case
Well, I've got my letter.
He'd got a
And
letter.
that spells all for the rest of them.
As they pull off, they're drinking Red Bull. Like I say, I'm really celebrating.
We're still on this list.
Honestly, I now think that I'm so boring
What
to
did he
taxi
say
drivers that
then?
it's a
We
slight
got in the car
safety
and I
hazard.
said,
I feel like I should have an
Why
extra
haven't we got in a
seatbelt
car
in
like
case
it's
I
on a
start
road
talking.
trip? The two of you.
I got in the back of his.
As they pull off, they're drinking Red Bull and trying to work
And he
themselves
said
back
to
up.
me, Someone did that one. Very odd. It's just plenty of traffic tonight.
Oh, cab driver.
It's like scale
What did he say then?
We got in the car.
Is it scale? I've never worked this out. We got in a car on a rotary.
I got in the back of his
Your pronunciation
black
sounds
cab.
like Croatian.
And he said to me something
I'm going
very
to
odd, like there's plenty of traffic tonight.
Charlie,